Welcome back to Listertainment, the channel with the most deceptive name in all of YouTube. I love to see cocky fighters get their dues because it just shuts them up for a second. We don't have to hear their never-ending rants about how good they are and that we are witnessing a god. But god, do I love seeing them getting destroyed. The sad thing is that most of these fighters, even after getting knocked out or losing a fight, they still act the same way, arrogant and like jackasses. Today we'll be seeing cocky fighters drop their hands and just dare their opponent to hit them. Sometimes it works and it scares the crap out of their opponent like this monk. Other times they get knocked out just like the same monk. If you happen to enjoy this video, please give it a like so we can satisfy the like-loving Slateresi algorithm. It also helps me a lot. And subscribe down below. Let's get started. Let's start with this unknown fighter in Kaloy Baduria who decided to be a clown for his entire fight against Chris Hoffman. The fight ended after Baduria got an injury to his shoulder, and I think it happened right there on that kick after he turned his back like an idiot. But before that, he just let Hoffman tee off on him on a few occasions. Hoffman was tentative at first, just landing some jabs, but then he threw some really hard left hooks, and the first one seemed to have hurt Baduria, but not enough to smarten him up and lift up his hands. The meme that is James Thompson also decided to drop his hands and show that he can take the punches from one of the strongest men to ever live in Mariusz Pudzianowski. To be honest, I think that Thompson was out on his feet there for at least 3 seconds. Either that or he is just really good at acting and looking like he is knocked out, just to mock his opponent and let him land some free hits. I have newfound respect for Thompson cause Mariusz must punch like a freaking Mack truck. And he took those hits and suddenly woke up like The Undertaker. He went on to win this fight by submission since Mariusz basically gets tired really fast. The drunken boxer Emmanuel Augustus did some truly amazing things in his career, making his opponents look like complete fools. Sadly, in his fight against the undefeated Alan Vester in 1999, he did this and dropped his hands and didn't really dodge or do his drunken boxing. He just stood there and took the punches. Now, seeing this video, you would think, as many others have, that this fight was fixed because those punches look pretty weak. They are just shoe-shining punches as they call them, but Augustus went down and didn't get up at the bell, calling an end to the fight. Was it fixed? I don't know, but it sure does look like it. Either way, he dropped his hands and got dropped. Anderson Spider Silva has dropped his hands his entire career, but most of the time he dodges the incoming punches. He completely forgot to do this against Israel Adesanya, or he was just trying to show off against one of the best fighters in the UFC, and he did it pretty well. Good right high kick, switch to but I like to see him keep his hands up. I actually think that Silva was trying his hardest to do the same against Adesanya that he had done against others, and dodge his shots with his hands down. But since he was still getting hit, he just wanted to prove his chin by not moving at all. I truly think that's what happened in this fight. He tried to dodge, but he just couldn't. Adesanya won via unanimous decision. Rafael Reyes decided to become the ultimate clown when he was fighting against Mark Magsayo and challenged him multiple times to hit him harder.
Oh, beautiful. Changing uppercuts. Parehong malakas ang dalawang boksingero. 20 shots by Magsayo of flurry of left.
He was asking for it, but was still protecting himself, and many of those punches didn't actually land. But then he stopped protecting himself in order to complain to the referee.
Very close fight. Magsayo appears to
The punch was a little low, but it was nowhere near his groin, so him complaining about it doesn't make any sense. Protecting yourself at all times is one of the main rules in fighting, but this guy turned his head and cried to the ref. You have been angering your opponent the entire fight, winding him up, and then you turn your head? Well, guess what? He's gonna try to take it off. The ending to this fight is freaking hilarious as Reyes keeps getting stopped in his tracks with vicious right hands, but he continues going forward until this ends it.
Must go down. Oh, another cracking right hand. Reyes in trouble.
What's the saying by that guy on HBO? You don't hook with a hooker? Or something like that. Well, you should also not showboat against a showboater.
He's confident in doing that. He's going to have to... goes down for the first time in his career!
That's Vinny Paciencia trying to play and clown around with the ultimate showboater in Roy Jones Jr. And well, he paid the price. He tried to clown around but still was protecting himself until we get to this point in the fight. To be fair, I'm pretty sure Vinny was hurt here, and he was trying to dodge some of those punches, but he still dropped his hands and Jones applied the pressure, dropping him. Then, stupid Vinny got up again, and again Jones absolutely finished him.
Wide also.
Not sure who these fighters are, but they are just sparring when the black guy, who is obviously already a cocky guy since the other guy is wearing headgear and he isn't, he takes a left hook while delivering his own, and I guess he felt the power because he immediately yells. You know when a guy drops his hands like that and acts all tough that the punch actually did hurt him. But there was still too much peacocking here. On the first two punches, the white guy did not have his feet set. The next two punches, they were set better and thus delivered harder. But on the last left hook, he put all his power into it, using his hips and all, and well, he just put him to sleep. Damn, that is just a perfect left hook. If the guy on the ground is the trainer, well then I'd say that he did a great job in teaching this guy. MMA fighter Cameron Lachinov is just a crazy fighter who during the Ultimate Fighter in his fight against Brian Battle, he dropped his hands and got absolutely clobbered with some punches and kicks. He just walked through the punches like nothing, since they were kind of weak from a tired opponent. But that kick was hard and he took it well. I mean, it did hurt him, but he was still able to go for the takedown. He lost this fight by decision, but crazy-ass Lachinov had done it in the past and almost paid the ultimate price.
There's that third punch that I said would land.
He was fighting against Kyle Crutchmer in this Bellator event and he almost got knocked out. Those knees buckled hard and the ref hesitated as he was ready to step in since this is a freaking stupid thing to do. It's one thing in boxing because the gloves are thicker, although you will still get punished. In MMA with the thinner gloves, it's absolutely insane. This guy has a chin though, I gotta give him that. Alexander Usyk is a freaking beast, having never lost a fight in his professional career, and has held all 4 major belts in the cruiserweight division. So who in their right mind would just challenge him to land an open shot on them?
Брюєр тут показує, що нібито мені байдуже, я пропускаю, але мені байдуже.
Well, that guy was South African boxer Daniel Brewer, who at first walked down Usyk, daring him to hit him cleanly. But Usyk is a cautious fighter, so he held back until the referee told Brewer to box. You think that would be the end of it, but no, Brewer wanted to prove something.
Usyk лівою завдав цього нищівного удару по челюсті. Чітко.
He wanted to prove that Usyk didn't have any power, but that did not turn out so well. Usyk just got tired of all this showboating and landed a beautiful left hook right on the chin and ended the fight.
WBO Интерконти, и теперь мы смело можем ожидать его появления.
So this one is a little on the edge of a fighter actually dropping his hands and challenging their opponent to hit him in the face, but it does show a moron keeping his hands at his waist and just getting dropped like a pile of rocks.
Were you trying to use that word earlier? Ooh, big shot and smoke risotto!
That is Bektemir Melikusev getting absolutely leveled by this right overhand punch from Gabe Rosado. Bektemir did a great job in dodging the first right hand, and it seemed kind of obvious that Rosado was setting up a giant shot by his stance, but I guess Bektemir thought that he would be quick enough to dodge that one too. He was also setting up a big shot. but Rosado ducked the opposite way that Bektemir was thinking he was going to go, and Rosado just drove that right hand all the way through his face. How often do we see fighters doing this training method where they are strengthening their neck? But no matter how big you are, if you leave your neck to be the only thing that's supposed to protect you from getting knocked out, you will probably get knocked out. Keep those hands up. Thanks for watching this video. See you next time.